just realized I'm still on tour.
Oh no! Oh shit!
Not paying attention at all.
That sucks.
Okay, I'm back. I just had to take care of my.
All right. We're finally back. We're about to unpause, it sounds like.
So fucking dark, Dawn. What the hell?
We're about to unpause, I think.
I just had to take care of my dog.
Maybe?
He goes, you had to put him down.
Yes. Okay.
Go left, go left, go left, go left, go left.
Alright, so the call is to go left and Jack's still in spawn. Jack, stop trolling!
Oh.
Wait, we don't have a whole team, we don't have a whole team.
These are precious seconds that you're wasting, Jack.
Yeah, Jack fucking through.
Let's go.
To get off the break.
We don't have time.
They have a Sombra.
That's fine, they have a Sombra. Spamming goats into this comp is like kind of a Pepega. Literally, you guys just swap Widow, Genji, and probably win the game.
Forward.
Yeah.
Like, Widow Genji works so incredibly well on that Ilios Koth map against their comp. And the fact that you guys kind of just ignore that, it's kind of funny, I think.
Are we going forward? Okay, I'm going right.
No. I think we should top.
You guys have no communication on what you're gonna do.
Right, all the way top right, there's the Zen.
All the way.
We use team bubble. We use personal. Well, I can't see your energy because you're in third person, Shiva. Oh my gosh.
I have no.
You know what? It looks like you're kind of charged up. So we'll say you're like 50 energy right now.
It's okay, look left. The
You-
Zen is...
This the Zen fed his fucking brains out.
God damn it, somewhere in the back one.
We're even. We're even.
It's fine, it's fine. We have spine.
Nice kill on the Zen.
Should I drop point? Yo.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't waste the bubble. It's okay, Shiva. You're like, really, don't worry about it. I'm just giving you shit.
And, oh,
Watch your
no.
back.
All right. So that bubble. Let's talk about that bubble for a moment. Let's talk about that bubble real quick. What is it? 39. We'll go 46. Perfect.
We're frisky.
So
God damn
We
it,
killed the
somewhere in
Zen.
the back one.
We're even. We're
for
even.
Zen, it's fine, it's fine. We have spine.
All right. So this Ryan, all right. So let's think about. There's two types of bubbles. Okay. There's selfish bubbles and then there's selfless bubbles. Okay. So with selfless bubbles, you're going to get energy. No, you're gonna get energy because it's gonna save your team. You're using your bubbles to save your team. You're gonna get energy as a reward. Now, selfish bubbles are you use your bubble for the pure sake of getting energy. And that's bad. Especially if you guys are about to engage. Because that bubble is on a 10-second cooldown. And if you use your bubble for selfish reasons and not selfless reasons, because think about it, right? Both selfish and selfless bubbles end in you getting energy. Both of them end in you getting energy. Selfless bubbles will probably give you 40 energy, where selfish bubbles will probably give you upwards of 20 to 30. Unless it's a really good selfish bubble. But it's like, if you're going to need that cooldown in the next 10 seconds, then just don't use it. Instead, we use it.
No,
Yeah. Oh,
watch
no.
your back.
And Draco gets split.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Right here, this is where you should bubble him. He's getting split, he's going to get focused and killed. You get body shot by the Widow.
Sombra no train. Sombra's one. Sombra's one no train. Sombra one no train.
Get
Nice personal. This is good use of personal. It's mid-fight.
the Summer, get the Summer.
Nice kill on the Sombra.
She's dead.
Ball's
half without shields.
Okay, I don't like the focus on the Pharah here.
Watch for possibility.
Yeah, I do like the focus on the Mercy. That's a good. But what I really need to be focusing is this ball. We're reloading. We're on the ball. We're on the ball. Ball gets out. Now it's got to be the Mercy. Your Diva should be kind of zoning this Pharah as much as possible, because Diva's the only one that can really contest her. Nice. I thought you were going to die there.
She's one.
Get the Lucio. Lucio.
Come on, Lucio.
Overall, good tracking on that Lucio. Ball's going to die. Really awkward engage, and the only reason it worked is because there's Zen fed, and you guys went top right.
Nice.
Fuck, Michael.
You saved yourself. That's good enough.
It's just this Widow. I'm Rally. I'm proud.
Oh, fuck. Prez just got demeched.
Sombra's running. Shit, I have no mech. Okay. They have mega control, by the way, on second. Or no, they have back first midi.
Alright. So here, those rockets, it's totally okay to use. Totally. absolutely totally okay for you to use personal bubble there, because like especially for this this baby diva. No, that's your baby diva. Never mind. Those rockets, you can't see anybody else, right? So just might as well get 40 energy from those
Go left.
rockets.
We go left.
Then you enter this fight with like 80 or 70 energy instead of 30 or 40.
We have no diva.
Yeah, I know, but we
Now we just use personal. We're at 80. Now we're not gonna have personal for the engage.
go left once we do.
Do they walls?
Yeah.
We're not gonna have personal for our rotation either. We might need personal for our rotation.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it seems like you're kind of anxious with where to give your bubble, and there's a video I can link you that basically says literally use your bubble on people that are going to have cooldowns used on them, or just spam it on your main tank. And that's good for ranked, but think about it for scrims, okay? You need to use your bubble for as like a counter cooldown, okay? So if there's a if there's gonna be like, what's a good cooldown to reference? On a nade, okay? Let's say that your Rhine gets naded by an Ana. You specifically use your cooldown to counter the cooldown of the Ana. And now, why is Diva so good? Think about it, right? Her Matrix can counter cooldowns, but her shit's not on a timer like everybody else's. She's on a resource. So if she sits there, eats a nade, you know, she can potentially eat an entire Deadeye, a nade, a sleep dart. She can eat what are other, like a full right click from a Zen. She can eat a Graviton, and it's like that's why Matrix is so busted and has like an infinitely high skill ceiling. Instead, you would just waste your bubble. Now you don't have it on the rotation or potentially the engage if they engage close,
Okay, we go.
and you get 0 energy out of the bubble as well.
Left and we
No
go
protect, no
inside.
protect, no
So that's like worst case scenario for bubbles is they don't counter cooldowns and you get 0 energy out of them.
protect, no protect.
Whereas the best bubbles you can give is like the selfish bubbles you get energy, and the best bubble you can get is a bubble that counters an enemy cooldown, or potentially saves your teammate, and you get energy from it. That's like the three tiers of like bubbles.
Go inside.
Going side, that's a good call, especially because they just used barrage the other fight.
Wait for my idea. Wait.
Walls are
Really, really, really late rotation from Frisky.
down, walls are down.
Wait for cooldowns.
I have no shield.
Bad personal bubble.
I use L.
Now you're not gonna have personal for the
I
engage.
get for scan, my bad.
Okay, does everyone have their cooldowns?
No.
Fucking nope.
5 seconds.
3,
2, 1.
1.
Let's get it.
Okay. I can rally in?
Everything.
Yeah, rally.
Don't use bubble here. Don't use bubble. Just be patient.
Sombra's gonna even.
Now you get EMP'd. Hide in here. Hide in here. Do not kill this Zen.
I wanted to...
Good. This is a good hide. This is a good hide.
Leave.
Slow.
Very good hide from all of you. Don't go after this Mercy. Let's probably the Hammond is what I'm gonna say.
Ball.
Yep, the ball gets called. However, once the Pharaoh ults, you guys need to ult that Pharaoh.
Take it.
Kill the Pharaoh.
I had a ball.
Alright, this could be fine still. You know? They're down potentially, I think, 1. And I think you guys are up, down 1 as well.
Evan.
Hammond should definitely be the call here.
Is by chill.
Now you guys are down 2. Die. Either die or get out.
I'm getting railed by this Sombra. I need
Use
heals.
this go.
No, get out, get out. You got that boop? That's a boop from God himself. That's a boop from the fucking heavens, dude. Get the fuck out with that energy. Think of your energy as a resource, okay? That energy is just as valuable as, like, your Diva's defense matrix. Or, you know, a Sombra getting a hack off. Or, you having your bubbles up. It's just as important.
Shit.
Get out, don't go back in. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Get out! Get out with your energy. You have to get out with your energy there.
Jacko Genji.
Just think of it, right? You get out with your energy, you're still gonna get grabbed, dude. Like, don't even stress about getting your ult in that situation. Just your energy is way more important than having your ult or having your cooldowns.
Drago.
Energy is like
Drago,
the
Drago,
most
Drago,
important thing,
Winston.
because you want to look like this dead Zarya all game.
Okay.
That was me now.
Risky going.
Oh man, that's bad. You gotta look at that kill feed. If you can help it, just kind of fixate some of your attention span on when things happen in there.
On him.
Also, your engage color. When someone dies, you guys need to be saying like, "Oh, we're down 1." You know, we're down 1, and then your engage color or your main tank or whatever can just be like, "All right, reset." And for Zarya, resetting should pretty much mean get out if you have energy. If you don't have energy, like, if your energy's not above 40, then like don't worry about it.
Blue on Death Go Tracer. Or
Okay,
Rapid
they
Drive, I should say.
Okay, Widow's on the fucking catwalk.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Usually I'm good about it, but yeah, I should have left. Alright, well at least you realized.
You're gonna go Tracer.
At least you know it's a mistake. That's good.
Oh, we on here?
What else still up
No
top?
DM.
Rotate her. We can dive her.
Oh, I'm hacked.
Okay,
What's the hack on?
let's see if we can keep Jack alive while the hack finishes.
What's the hack on?
Me.
Unnecessary bubble. Didn't save him. Didn't give you much energy. Just unnecessary.
There's a Widow.
Your Ana or Lucio could have saved him.
She's
So, your call here should be going top right. After you guys flush the Widow out of the close high ground. So after your Winston and Genji flush the Widow out of there, and D.Va flush the Widow out, you guys need to be going top right.
She's still up.
You can't flush the Widow out. That sucks.
Walson's still 20.
So after this happens, you just get out. Get out, get out, get out, get out. You're down 1, just get out. It's 2 CP. Even if you get a pick, they're going to get the point before you. Just literally reset.
I'm hacked.
Now you're hacked because you didn't get out.
I might die here.
You guys need to get out. Jack's dead now. You guys need to get out. You guys need to get out, get out, get out. Go back to spawn.
Sombra? Alright. Just back up.
You could also probably just get the fuck off Zarya and go Widow here too. Instead, you're trying to fight this Widow.
Sombra has EMP.
This is almost comical. Jamin and you both did the same thing.
This guy's a legend. Look at this guy.
Honestly, they spawned.
Just get out. You guys are so split right now. Just get out. Get out.
I'm body blocking you. Just walk straight. Just walk straight. Just walk.
Let's go, boy.
Alright.
I'm a god.
Alright, you almost die.
We're gonna jump on the
But that's
front.
fine.
On the...
Literally, what you could do is just graviton her. Like, that. It'd probably be really funny because you can call it out and be like, hey, I'm gonna grab this fucking Widow, dude. And then what that does is, I'm assuming there's a Mercy with her. Okay? What that does is it catches the Mercy and the Widow in that grab. A 2-man grab is okay. It's totally okay. It would have been really funny if you did it. Especially since you have Winston, D.Va, and Genji all finish up those kills.
Right on the fucking Widow.
As it looks like their Mercy is with the Widow.
Yeah, tell me when you're ready. You ready?
Even if it's a single grab on the Widow, dude. You guys are like getting spawn camped and you need to get off Zarya. Just using that ult there to get the Widow is a good idea.
I'm on her. I'm already on her.
Shit, okay.
Using the ult, see now we force her out. That's totally fine.
I'm just trying to push her out.
Now we see the Mercy's with her.
Here all along.
If you guys can amp onto the point here and finish the Widow, you guys probably win.
Oh boy. Yo guys, he's been here all.
Okay, we got nice, good kill, Jack.
Oh, okay, back line.
Just go, just go. You need to get this grab off, and we're hacked.
Yeah, she's turning out the lighting, but it's turning out.
Zone right side.
Zarya, okay, so Zarya is a really good hero that, think of it like a top that will, think of it like a top, okay? So a top, when it's spinning, is very strong, but to get it spinning requires a lot of energy, right? And it's funny, we call it Zarya has energy. It's kind of funny that we call it the same thing. But think about it this way, okay? Once you get Zarya started, she's a very, very strong character. But so many times will people find themselves in situations where they have Graviton, but they're in situations where Graviton just won't be that useful. And they stay Zarya. They stay Zarya because I have Grav, And they get stuck in this vicious cycle of Zarya is just not the pick. And you can't get Zarya started. And you just get into this vicious cycle of, I have my Grav, but I can't get started or get in a position where I can use it. But I have Grav, but I can't use it. But I have Grav. It's just over and over and over and over. And this has been like 3 or 4 fights already where it's been like, I have Grav, I keep getting hacked, or my team keeps dying, I can't use it, but I have Grav, I need to go Widow, but I have Grav, and it's like, we're forcing Zarya because we have Grav, and it's literally going to be better to just grab that fucking Widow high ground, and then push point with the Zarya, or just swap off Zarya and go Widow. It's kind of like a classic like, yo, pick one scenario. We should grab the Sombra and the Zen here though, so we'll see if you do that. We don't. That's fine. Yeah, we grab after. Good call. See if we can grab the Hammond and the Zen the same thing.
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, I see such a fat grab right here.
We got 3 of them right here on the right.
I see such. You're still hacked. He's still hacked. You need to be saying, I'm hacked. This is what you need to be saying right here. Like, yo, I'm hacked. I can't ult.
Oh, hi, Tracer.
There.
There we go. Now we get a good one.
Bleed it.
I'm dead. Dab.
Ooh, we died with personal. Shit. I don't think you knew you were not hacked anymore. You normally don't switch unless you get a call for a switch. I'm holding grab for the team at that point. Okay. So, even though you're in a team, you're still an individual. The only thing, what you need to be saying there is talk to your team, okay? You go, yo, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a grab off that actually gets value. I think I'm doing absolutely nothing on Zarya. Okay, I think me going Widow here would actually open more things up than me staying on Zarya. And all those things would have been true to say. And if your comp caller heard that, they probably would have been like, yeah, sure, let's get off Zarya. Even though you have Grav, you're like, I don't think Grav will matter. Because, like, even on my team, right? I'm on a 4.2k team or whatever. Like, we do this shit all the fucking time. And I realized we were doing it. And I was like, no, screw our ults, dude. They're not going to do anything. Just switch the comp. We're wasting so much time. And, like, they fought me on it. But then we finally did it. And we won the first fight that we switched. The very first fight that we switched the comp. And got off Zarya because it wasn't working. And it was like, laughable almost, you know?
Sombra, nice.
Right side, by the way. Do not.
Hammond.
You guys should win this fight. Jack got 2 with his blade. You guys you're down 2, but you're up. You're down 2 people, but they're down 4, so you're up 2.
Get Hammond.
Unfortunately, they have Tracer and Hammond on point.
It's right, Cecil. Once his shield goes down. One. We can't go through there. It's fun.
Beat. Wait, your heart's.
Their Hammond actually gets out.
You're on point. Lucio.
Oh my god.
I'm hacked. Tracer left. I'm in here. I got Sombra.
Big B.
Play us. Set.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
It wasn't a 1 clip. You're not gonna fool me with that.
You want to verse me, dude?
fair.
Fair is the right call here.
One.
Nice.
Ah,
I'm helping you. Kill her. Lucio.
I bomb.
Lucio left. Hammond first. I can't.
I like your blink usage so far.
Hammond close.
Definitely a 1 clip. Alright, so here,
Who are we focusing?
Sombra no chin.
we double blink. No, we single blink to the Moira.
Okay.
Okay, Moira, okay. Unless you literally land a full clip of ammo into Moira's face, you cannot kill her as Tracer.
I'm gonna sleep.
Like, literally cannot kill her as Tracer unless you can literally land a full entire clip in her face.
More.
On lower, if your team's focusing her, that works too. Here, I'm assuming you recall. Yep.
Ball.
Totally okay use of recall. You went a little too deep for that Moira kill, took too much damage. Totally, it's okay. But we had to use cooldowns.
Hammond one.
Why here?
Nice.
Why are we here? Why not over there? You know? Why not on the point?
Lucio left.
We're trying, it looks like from my understanding, from what we're trying to do, what you're trying to do, is you're trying to take an off angle. Which, for an engage is good. But this off angle is so limited. That's why I suggested you're on the bridge there. That way you're on the Pharah. And the Pharah dying here is way more imperative than anyone else dying.
Nicely.
Get the fire in 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
There we go. Keep going.
Oh no, and you die here! Ooh. So, fun fact, recall resets the ice timer on Mei's spray. And if you can use that to your advantage, that's great. But because we were too aggressive earlier, we don't have our recall up. And we die.
Who's on point?
Me right here.
And your Mei, oh no, she has ice block too. Shit, you actually might have, was a sad blink that happened that I was confused about. Yeah, that can happen. But generally, you want to save recall and, like, not fight when you don't have recall up. You try to blink past her and it doesn't happen.
You want to verse me, dude?
So, your team's calling for Pharah. Team's calling for Pharah. Good, we finished her.
I'm helping you. Kill her.
Go to Lucio. Let's watch it again. I went back a little too far.
Lucio left.
Now the call's Hammond. Good.
Hammond first.
We're listening to that.
I can't.
Good dodge. I think that was their bomb. No, it was your bomb. Okay.
Who are we focusing?
Sombra no chin.
Now we're shooting the Moira. Kind of lose target focus because someone stops calling.
I'm gonna sleep.
More.
Good call on the Moira. You take too much damage because you move in a straight line and you're trying way too hard to kill the Moira.
Ball. Hammond one. Nice.
Now we're here. Again, if you're over here, this awkward May fight doesn't happen. If you don't waste your recall because you go too deep and get too excited about that Moira kill, that doesn't happen. In general, as Tracer, you need to take as like the least amount of damage as possible so you can save your recall for when you really need it. So that way, what that means is ideally you need to be at an off angle because you're taking spam from the Pharah there because you're with your tanks. If you're at an off angle, let's say you're on the staircase when you're going for that Moira instead, okay? Then that doesn't happen, right? That spam from the Pharah doesn't happen. That doesn't force your recall, which in turn means that this May that gets tossed into your fucking face by your Winston, okay,
Get the fire in 3.
isn't in this awkward 1v1 with you. So we blink. Is this the awkward blink? Let's see, 47, 45,
Nice.
3 blinks,
Get the fire in
forward blink, okay.
3, 2, 1. No.
Try to melee.
Oh, there we go.
Oh no, I see what happened. Okay, so you landed in the ledge because you're 80 spamming.
Keep going.
When she's spraying you, don't even worry about 80 spamming, right? Because that spray, it's on a timer whether or not she's hitting it or not. Like, because this area is too small for you to really 80 spam enough. You end up blinking into the corner, which makes you get confused and get frozen. And also, if we weren't over here, we wouldn't have encountered this May. If we were on the stairs, we wouldn't have encountered this May. If we were over on the bridge, we wouldn't have encountered this May. If we didn't waste our recall by getting way too excited to kill that Moira, we wouldn't have we wouldn't have died here. And it's just like really small micro things that if you play just one of those things better, you guys win this fight hands down. Which it looks like you're about to lose because they just EMP'd everybody.
Summer's half. I need
Yeah, exactly. And that's how Overwatch is.
We'll lose.
It's a lot of like small things that happen. That's why people are like, "Oh, it's my team that keeps me in bronze." They don't realize these small things, you know?
We have to blade.
Lose.
Leave. We need time.
Poor Jack.
We need
My
time.
friend
no,
was
I'm
so
okay.
hard during that fight, dude.
I did a 180.
Back up.
Fucking Jack.
I feel like I kind of just get melted.
Maze 1.
Oh no.
Okay, so something I want to see with your Tracer is blink 180s. You're taking 2 mouse sweeps to 180 there. So let's go back.
I'm okay.
On this May, okay? The May, get your Ana because your Ana was standing still.
Back up.
I feel like I kind of just get melted.
Maze 1.
So yeah, you're like, it looked like 2 mouse sweeps there. Let's play it back again. We'll go back like 4 seconds, something like that. So this works right here.
I kind
Okay.
of just get melted.
Maze 1.
1 mouse sweep,
Maze 1.
2 mouse sweeps.
Oh no.
All right.
I got the May.
So I want to see you on a situation where you can do that with 1 mouse sweep. Because like you waste so much time doing 2 mouse sweeps.
Like right now.
Right now? Okay.
You have one job, hack that Lucio. And you're
Got
gonna say beat or no beat, and if beat, just keep spam hacking and we're gonna nano blade.
You punched your keyboard?
That's
So what, you swept your mouse into your keyboard. Is that what happened?
literally our only goal here.
Yoinkers.
Yep, win off nano blade.
Go right side blue and then we'll...
Alright, so you guys don't know if they have beat or not.
We push left.
This is the fair call to go Sombro.
Oh, I'm behind. Oh boy.
I'm walled in.
That's
Okay,
fine,
so
fine.
good.
They translate
Oh,
good.
oh.
We
I
go
mean,
in.
you're
You're
walled.
fine.
It doesn't matter.
Alright, I hope Shiva is able to fix the POV in a moment.
Go.
We have to nano blade early so they don't
Oh,
build it.
I'm ready. Go.
I'm going high ground.
Alright.
Okay, well.
Okay, there we are.
And we make speed.
I'm slumped.
Oh, no,
Go
no,
to
no,
sleep.
no.
I'm gonna die. I'm dead.
Where?
Augers.
Oh no! Okay, so
There's one.
let's talk about this hack. I don't even care about your aim in that situation, because if your aim was perfect, you would have killed her. You may have gone to the bathroom here. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's go back 6 seconds. Okay.
What?
I like the hack here. All right, it's an okay hack, but let's look at our positioning. Okay. What are we open to? We're in a tight space with an explosive damage character.
Sleep.
Tight space is like this little square that you're kind of in. Okay.
I'm gonna
This
die.
fair is just gonna shit on you.
I'm dead.
Because you're really close. She's got explosive damage. She doesn't even have to aim as well as you do to kill that, to confirm that kill. Plus, you had your translocator up, I think. Or did it get destroyed? Let's go back to the same spot. Right here.
What?
It's up. It's up. It's up. Translocator up. Yeah, our translocator's up the whole time.
Where?
Augers.
There's one.
And we die there because we're like, we think that we're going to kill the Pharah. But it's one of those things where like Genji kills the Pharah immediately after. You could have translocated away and just trusted your team a little bit.
Right? They don't.
Because like Jack's pretty good at confirming kills from what I've seen so far.
Oh, I'm hacking it.
No, no.
No, I think it's lost. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, shit.
What's up, hoes?
Unfortunately, you guys lose that fight.
I'm gonna win this point.
Get out. Frisky.
Your job here is farming EMP.
We're just died.
After learning that their Lucio didn't have beat, your job is literally to farm that EMP.
Right,
This next fight, that fight should have been a dry fight, technically. If you guys didn't know they had beat, it should have been a drawn-out dry fight. So that way, technically, this time you would have had your ults.
Wait, fuck, they don't have a pocket for their fire.
Oh fuck.
Thank
you.
We're going the traditional route, boys. Pog.
Oh, this is a good hack. This is an amazing hack. This is an amazing hack. That's a great hack.
Play us or play. Oh.
And that happens because you're on an off angle, so you're not taking spam damage.
Actually, wait, Frisky.
Oh, okay, and your Lucio dies. 20 seconds left.
Frisky and Jack goes.
Oh, this is bad.
We don't have much time though.
Good, you don't uncloak.
Fuck, I'm slept. I'm gonna get you back.
Go point. Wait.
Hey,
I'm
Uncloak, you have to touch.
May one. Once you set
There's an on up.
Good, this is a good hack on the ball. This is a great hack on the ball. It's a huge opening. Their Summer's gonna EMP any moment. Good, you guys are up one.
May. She has nothing.
Oh. As soon as you saw that beat come up, you needed an EMP. Like reactive EMP to that beat. I don't know if you just got it, but I think you just did. It's gotta be like reactive as hell. That's like the only thing you could have done in that situation. Otherwise, there's nothing better you could have done.
We have to get that Lucio.
Honest one. I got the Ana.
Nice.
What? You guys actually capped this? What the fuck? That's so weird. Alright, let's watch defense.
Alright, everyone come down here because Frisky decided.
I didn't react to stuff. Yeah, pun intended, because that's my fucking name, dude.
Yeah. We have to hurry though.
Oh, we gotta go.
Let's go, Pokey, run back.
Oh, you should have just teleported. Then we could have amped you from there.
Oh, whatever.
Wait, what?
What are you guys doing?
He's
He knows what I'm saying.
I know exactly what
Let's
Pokey's
just
saying.
miss.
Pokey's the only one on this team.
The Torb and the Bastion.
I don't know if you heard it on that on stream, but I did just fucking let out a fat ass rip.
Okay.
Alright,
Peek me.
why are we reloading there, right? It's better to just shoot. So that way your bullets get a tighter angle. I fell off the point and couldn't stay alive. Why'd you fall off the point? You shouldn't fall off the point as Bastion.
Oh, wait. Oh, they can flank behind us. Uh-oh.
Hammond trying to go main.
Someone's
Damage.
I don't have jets to touch. So
Someone has to
give me a
touch.
second. Give me. I'm gonna repush.
I'm healing.
Behind us. Behind us.
I'm focusing ball point. Oh, there's a tracer.
I'm about to pull Widow out.
Wait, why are you guys running Torb? That's so weird. If anything, Torb turret should be top left.
I'm gonna wreck you, son.
Oh,
Oh, no, I'm not.
I can't peek that.
Frisky's in the back. Yeah, so
Bro.
there's a problem. I'm
Bro.
Oh, you didn't fall off. You jumped off, dude. You jumped off.
Well, I'm down.
Okay, so let's take this back as a group, okay? Do more of a team VOD from the DPS point of view.
I can't peek that.
What I'm seeing your job is your job, your Torb turret needs to be top left so we can contest point, technically, okay? And your job is not to drop. Your job is literally just to stay up here and shoot whatever you can see. That's your job.
Yeah, so
Bro.
there's a problem. I'm
Bro.
Fuck.
And now, your job here is not to drop. Your job is literally just to stay up there and keep shooting things.
Well, I'm down.
This comp just gets hard countered by what you guys ran too, which is like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because like, what have they're running the same exact comp they've been running the entire scrim. And like, none of you really realize, hey, this is what they're running. Let's try and counter what they're running.
If I had healing there,
And they're doing a really good job at running it too.
I got the tracer. We go in.
Pokey, 1v6.
Winnable.
Get me, I
Yeah,
got
going.
I really think if I got like a little healing there, I think I actually would have popped. That's
Everyone else goes.
66 to Val.
Attacked.
So you're Sombra now.
should not be on defense.
Wait,
May I please get a heal first, Ski?
You get AoE heal.
Yeah, that comp's just really bad into what they've been running.
Two left.
Yeah, well,
I'm excited.
balls until 25. Oh, that's just...
Hoggers! I'm alive.
I'm hacked.
He got shit on right there.
Attack him. I like that feeling.
I know you do.
Alright, so let's talk about this position, right? You need to be worrying about getting into their backline and poking at their Mercy, hacking their Pharah, getting ready to hack the ball, and potentially contesting their Widow.
Okay, Sam,
I'm
wait.
left side with ball.
Ball's half.
Bash.
Nice.
Okay,
Play aggressive.
so we hack the first thing we see.
I'm hacked.
Okay, the other thing is hack the Mega. You need to get this Mega hacked. I don't know if the you waited all this time, and their Sombra probably already hacked the Mega. Unless you did when I couldn't see your POV, which is possible. Good hack on the Tracer.
Nice hack.
Nice kill.
I whipped her while she was invisible.
Nobody saw.
Okay, it is hacked. Okay.
Kill on the Mercy, but it was so cute.
Okay, so that jump you could have made it if you went high ground the other way. Alright, hopefully you don't peek this Pharah from a small doorway again.
You get a Smurf and call it Free Fronek.
I'm about to do it. I'm about
Okay.
to do this with a dirty. Watch.
They-
Call me on
they
it.
might
About to
have
call me on it.
some,
Call me on it.
Might
Call me on it. Just
have
keep calling me. Keep calling
Okay.
me. Ready? Ready?
Ready, go.
May also have pulse ball.
Tap. She's
Oh no.
tap.
Oh,
If I
one
do
more
it
time.
again,
One more time.
Oh, wait.
No, you don't have a translocator.
Right side?
Tracer, right?
Alright, that chaser's. I got that chaser.
You're invisible without a
Number.
translocator.
Hold up. I
Widow's
got
on
the
top
Widow's
of
number.
catwalk.
Really? I got you? You're half beat.
Uh-oh.
Get off.
Okay.
They're just.
Honestly,
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Back.
They're gonna res. They're gonna res. You know they're gonna res, right? Your job is Sombra. Hack that Mercy.
Ball.
Hack that Mercy. Hack the Mercy. You don't even realize it until it happens. That's bad. You know they have a Mercy, right? You know your Zen just got a kill. You gotta be looking for that dead body and finding where the Mercy's gonna res. Cause like that was up to you to shut down. No one else could have done that.
No. I want this guy.
Now they Valk.
This guy. I want this guy.
I have no idea for that.
Now what? You guys are down 1, and they're down 3.
Free Joe neck.
So you do win the fight still. You saw it. I couldn't see her though. It was too late. I'll tell you how it wasn't too late. All right. So I like that you're like trying to share your thought process. It feels like arguing because of how wrong you are. And I don't mean that in like in a jackass way. I'm saying that quite physically as like how it is. Their Widow's dead in a moment here. Right here. In this moment, this is where you go to their Widow's body. You know their Mercy's going to do it. Here's the thing. You see their Mercy? You see their Mercy fly, okay?
Back.
You look away.
Ball.
You don't know what to do.
What's up?
Nice.
Nah,
Then you see her when she's doing it. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking about, how it was too late. It wasn't too late. As soon as that Widow's dead, what comp do they have? Oh, they have a Mercy. Fuck, dude. Just go back. I know. Don't go panic mode. Best thing you can do if you're panic mode. Nice to see you again.
I want.
Let's go panic mode instead of sicko mode, you know? Best thing you can do... let me stretch for a moment. Best thing you can do in that situation is just kind of realize what can I use. Plan out what you want to use your hack for every fight. Okay, so before they even engage, you should know what you want to hack. If you don't know what you want to hack, playing Sombra is useless. Like, you should enter a fight with a goal in mind. Like, hey, I want to hack this. And if you play reactive hacking, you know, pun intended, you're not going to get much value out of Sombra at all. You need to have a plan on who you're going to hack and how you're going to go about it.
I want this guy. I want this guy. I want this guy.
I have no idea for that.
Free Joe neck.
Now their Widow hooks up, you hear that, so you should kind of realize that. They trance, so... Or no, you guys tranced. Okay, that's why you won the fight.
Mercy Valve. Okay.
This Widow is up to you to kill.
Tracer right side, right side.
Okay, so your tracking's kind of off. And I'm going to go over probably why, and I'm going to guess that it's too high of a sensitivity, because you're going too far. Going too far. Look at your spray. We can see from the dust, right? This is your spray for the Widow. And so a tip of advice when you're spraying is keep your mouse on the center of their AD spam. And what you do is you AD spam in sync with them.
Side.
So you're going right when she's going left. You're going left when she's going right.
Poison and omni.
So that way you basically mirror her movement and keep your crosshair pretty much in the center of their movement. If you watch any pro player aim, when someone's AD spamming them, that's what they do, and that's what you should do.
Viruses. Welcome to Overwatch.
With
What do they have that you?
You got hit by spam, that sucks.
Just got
Okay, so instead of grouping with your team as Somber, right? Put that translocator down. It's kind of in a shitty spot. What I would do is put the translocator in the far mega over here even and operate out of that. And what you do, essentially, is you sit in their backline and you play to hack the Mercy and then kill the Mercy. Or you play to hack whatever. My sense is 800 DPI and 4 cents. Okay. If it's the same on everything, that's what I use. I use 8 cents and 400 DPI. So you effectively have the same aim as I do. So what you should really do when you're tracking is keep it on the center of their AD spam. And try and line up your movements with theirs.
EMP barrage
I'm
or
exposed.
barrage?
no, they just barrage. They did EMP though.
Tracer's right. Tracer's right. Wait.
So that Tracer sees you in Viz, and now you don't have your translocator. Shit, you die here.
Right. 3 right. 3 right.
No, actually, you might not because you have armor, but you should die here. Oh my god, you don't die. Fuck. You should have died.
Outside.
Alright,
Outside.
I have
EMP.
kind of a weird spot to put your translocator.
Hold the wall, by the way. Hold the wall, by the way. Hold the wall, by the way. There's a Tracer back here, bud. What's up?
Good. Hack the Tracer. That's the next play.
What's up?
Hack the Tracer. You're gonna have to fight this Pharah at 50 HP now.
Dab,
That
dab,
sucks. Nice translocate.
dab.
You got
I won't be
dabbed.
the one that's chasing. Fuck this
Blue,
shit up. You have
please.
ults, by the way. You have
I'm
ults.
dead. I was almost dead. Hold on.
Stand point.
Good. Good hack.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Nice. Again, look at that AD. Look at the pattern that your fucking mouse makes. That's why it looked to me like your sense is like way too high. Because look at the spread of aim.
Yeah,
Like,
that-
voom, voom. This is how it goes, dude. That's a huge span. It looks like you're really struggling to
that's
80s,
not happening.
like, to counter his AD. Like, for the low sense that you have, that's like a really wide spread.
Yes, it is.
I have
I'm
shadow.
going Tracer. I'm going Tracer.
I just trying to stop.
Yeah, nah, you're good, Tracer. Go sit down.
Get there. Right, just left side of.
That's a really good beat.
Hold on.
I'm usually used to playing at 30 ping. You're playing... That's not really an excuse, though. Like, tracking is no different on 30 ping or 80 ping. Like, you're thinking, like, okay, let's look up, like, how many... Let's, unfull screen this real quick, okay? So, how many seconds is a millisecond? Okay. So, we're talking... You're trying to predictive track. Alright, so we're talking... This is what you usually do. 0.3 seconds is the input lag or whatever is the MS, right? And what were you on? What ping were you on in this scrim? 80? Or what was your ping? Cuz like you shouldn't have to predictive track. 90. Okay. So what? So it's still less than a tenth of a second. So it's like it's so unrelated to the tracking error that I don't want you to say that that's an excuse. Because because like look at Kabaji, right? Okay, so like he's not predictive tracking. 90 versus 30 is like not a difference at all. We'll keep watching. It's not enough to be able for making those huge swipes. That's all I'm trying to say.
Wait, fair?
Mercy. Bind point.
Goodbye.
Mercy.
Good hack on the ball. The call's on the Mercy though, but it is a good hack on the ball.
Attacked.
Get away.
Where you going?
Mine.
Where you going? I got you. I got you.
Because like think of it this way, okay? If you use that ping excuse, then that's technically like a barrier you're putting up in front of yourself that's stopping you from getting better.
This is our game, dude.
It's my game, bro.
No. You ain't the only one.
Summer's right side.
Not today.
Where, dude? I got you, dude. Boom. Easy clap at tide. Scared her away. You don't want this smoke?
Gonna run away.
She don't want this smoke.
Oh shit.
What happened?
Makes sense. I tend to overcompensate when I see it. It's more of a mental thing. Then don't put it on, dude. You can take that off of your screen. If it really affects you that much, definitely just take it off.
Where is she?
I think Summer's just having to go underneath.
Ooh, Chaser's on my side.
Oh shoot.
That fight.
Ooh, watch post bomb, watch post bomb.
There goes that
They have
one.
wall still 4, wall still 4.
Chaser left side. I'm gonna do it. Do it. Oh, I did Farnaste. She's one, by the way.
Oh, we should have just shot her instead of, especially if she was one.
I couldn't get her.
Him on the wall. I guess Von Hammond.
EMP.
This is EMP. This is your time to shine.
Yeah.
Fire's enough.
Oof. That's unfortunate. We wasted our translocator, or we didn't wait until we had it off cooldown. If we translocated EMP, I mean, it still would have been too late. We all would have died. But essentially, you had EMP for how long? And you had it over here. You need to be setting up for EMP. Like your fight win is literally EMP shatter. That's how you win the game. If not shatter, then you just EMP and just focus fire things.
I couldn't get her.
Him on the wall.
Instead, we're over here just kind of, I don't want to say mindless, because I'm sure you're not mindless in this situation, but you're not thinking about how you want to use EMP. And when you have your ult, you really need to think about how you want to use it. Just like when you have your hack up, you need to think about how you want to use it before the fight even starts.
I guess Von Hammond.
Because the more time you put into thinking, or the more mental power you put into how you want to use your abilities, the more effective they'll be.
EMP.
Run back up.
Instead, we just kind of uncloak to EMP inside of the barrage and die.
Yeah.
Fire's enough.
Ryan, stay up.
I'm going Tracer.
Read my.
Are we able to contest?
Frisky!
Oh.
Alright, so we lose. Alright, and that'll wrap it up for the VOD review. Overall for you, I would say, when you're playing Sombra, think about, I'm going to go over bubbles, and I'm going to go over how you, like, Sombra. Okay, so, when you're playing Sombra, you really need to think, shit, okay, how do I want to use my hack? Once you realize, mindless here, I actually primarily played old Sombra, I've only recently been picking up this Sombra. This Sombra is not terribly different. Old Sombra was more of like a health pack bot, but even when you had EMP, you still had to think about using it, which is good. And so that's kind of why I feel bad at, like, you're giving me these, I don't want to say excuses, but like more like reasons as to why things aren't going your way. But they're kind of like, and I feel bad for like debunking them or like shutting them down. But at the same time, like, if you want to grow as a player, you kind of have to like remove these excuses. Even if you want to grow as a person, you have to like remove these excuses or barriers that you're putting up for yourself and kind of like walk over them. And that's good. That's good. Yeah. If you're not familiar with the new Sombra, that's fine. That's totally fine. It's still not an excuse to be like, oh, this is okay. And I'm sure that's not what you're saying. But yeah, so essentially, for Sombra, the TLDR for Sombra is you need to think about how you want to use your hack. And when you have EMP, think about how you want to use EMP. The invis and the E and the translocator or whatever, those are all like unrelated things. Your main goal as Sombra is to hack something or pincer someone by being invisible and then showing up somewhere else. Very rarely do you want to take someone up in a 1v1, and if you do it, it's kind of memeing. But yeah, essentially you need to think about who you want to hack, why you want to hack them, when you want to hack them, and can you actually get the hack off? And those are like the very... Sombra is a utilitarian, utility-based DPS. And if you aren't getting her utility off and you're just playing her for DPS numbers, it's kind of like really bad. And then with Zarya, I'm going to go over selfish bubbles and selfless bubbles. And there's 3 types of bubbles, okay? One is just a wasted bubble. Wasted bubble provides no value in terms of cooldown matching, or cooldown matching means they use a cooldown, you use a cooldown. No cooldown matching happens, and no energy comes from it, okay? And then there's energy bubbles. Energy bubbles come down where there's no cooldown matching, but you do get energy, okay? And then selfless bubbles, there are cooldown uses, and as well as, what's the other thing is, there's cooldown matchups, or what is it, cooldown, whatever I said earlier. They're using cooldowns, you're using cooldowns, and you're getting energy, or you're potentially saving their life. This is like the god bubble. You're saving their life, the enemy team uses cooldowns, and you get energy. All those 3 things, it's like, perfect bubble, doesn't get better than that. And those 3 things, it's like, once you understand that there's 3 types of bubbles, technically 4 if you talk about the god tier bubble, once you realize that and try to go for only good bubble or self-list bubbles and god tier bubbles, you'll find yourself improving as a Zarya player like immensely. But yeah, that's it for this VOD review. I'm gonna play some Destiny for an hour, I think, and then I have scrims later. Yeah, for sure, dude. If you are able to record yourself or get more VODs done, that's great. Otherwise, I am gonna head out. If you have questions, don't be afraid to join my Discord server by either typing !Discord or clicking on the Discord picture in my channel description on Twitch. We'd love to have you. I'm gonna make a VODs channel in a minute, and then, but yeah. Sorry I didn't really get to Jack today. I was planning on getting to Jack after, but this review kind of went longer than I thought. So yeah. If that link is expired, just